Welcome back to episode 3 of Bear TV on Tom's Tribute Night. Matt Murray, welcome back.
Yeah, thanks very much, JT. Thanks for having me. I've finally got the recall, which has been good.
Mate, you managed to hold your spot, so you've kept that pesky little joffer out. Well done.
Yeah, thank you.
Now, in episode 3, we're going to explore a little bit of Tom Siegert in the media. Now, of course, being the captain of the footy club for 12 years, he's obviously attracted a little bit of media, and we thought we'd share some of that with you now.
Nice stuff. Good to see you got a bit of a head wobble there, Tommy. You got the face in the newspaper, and apparently it's not all about you, Tom.
And it actually is all about Tom tonight, though. So one of the things that we're going to look at now is you've probably all heard of the Southern Footy Show. Of course, they got their lead from Bear TV. We were first, let's face it. And the copycats are never quite as good. But they did actually do an interview with Tom Siegert. And, we were going to just chop out a bit of the highlights of the whole interview. But you know what? It was just so bloody good. We're going to share the whole thing with you. So let's have a look at Tom Siegert on the Southern Footy Show.
Welcome back to the Southern Footy Show, and today's special guest is a footballer and he's also a stand-up comedian. It's a very good morning to Caulfield captain Tommy Siegert. Tom?
Good morning, guys. How you going?
Good, mate. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thanks.
Well, I've watched you play footy, I've admired your football skills, and it wasn't until reasonably recently I realised that you were also a funny man. Stand-up comic. How did all this come about?
I guess I've been doing stand-up comedy for about 2 years. It was just something I'd always wanted to get into, so thought I'd give it a go, and still doing it.
If he's captain of Caulfield, that's why he's a stand-up comic, Carol.
Yeah. I always wanted to be a comedian. Yeah. I tried to tell jokes and everyone laughed at me.
Yeah. Well, I was glad that you brought Tom in here because we got some original stuff tonight.
Tonight? What have you been on? Yeah. Well, Tom, let's talk about your footy first. You've been skipper of Caulfield for the last 3 years, and obviously enjoy your footy with the Bears.
Yeah, love it down at Caulfield. Probably about 7 years ago, I moved down here from Wodonga with a big group of boys, and we looked for a club, and we all settled at Caulfield, and just a great bunch of guys. So.
Took it out of the ruck, got it over towards Siegert. Siegert hand pass. He was looking for Matty Coughlin.
Chops link out, takes the mark. Siegert snaps it around his body. It looks as though it's another one on the board to the Bears. It is.
They have the numbers now, the Bears. Taken here by Siegert. Borks back the other way, got the hand pass away, came back to him and he runs through the centre.
It's going to be Marcus Hanley and Siegert. Siegert's in front, gets the footy. Very cleverly gets the ball off.
But Caulfield keeping it in, came out to Siegert. Siegert for the Bears. Kicks in towards centre half forward.
It was Munro that went through with the footy. Siegert's in there again. High to head.
Onto the left foot, in towards the forward pocket. And Tommy Siegert, the skipper, marks. Now, I reckon you'd have some characters in any footy club. Do you base any of your material on some of your teammates?
Well, our big ruckman, Mikey Finn, he's Irish, so not sure if you know, but the Irish have a reputation.
Yes.
And I remember his first game down there. It was a practice match. We were down at Hyatt, and we're all getting ready to start the game. And he asked the coach how many quarters they play in a game of football, and we all told him 9, which was
9 quarters.
So after the fourth quarter, was he looking for another 5?
Yeah. He couldn't believe it was all over. He had plenty left in him.
He's been a very good player, though, hasn't he?
Oh, he's fantastic. He's a freak. If he had started at the age that we all did it, like 12 or 13, I reckon he could have gone a long way. Yeah.
Now, you're obviously kept very busy, Tom, so fitting in your football commitments as well as your work commitments, as well as your time as a comedian, must be pretty busy for you.
Yeah, it is, but I guess they're all at different times. Obviously, footy's during the day on a Saturday, and comedy's always at night, and managed to juggle it, get a bit tired, but it's all right.
If you're wanting to get into comedy, where do you start? How do you do it? Other than with your mates?
First of all, you need 5 minutes of material. Doesn't have to be that good. Just that's what they'll give you first time you get up. They'll give you 5 minutes, and whether it be in the Triple J Raw competition, which a lot of people start out in. That's what I started out in, and yeah, once you get to 5, move up to 10, and then I normally do probably around 20-minute spots at the moment.
So what made you feel that you had what it took to be a comedian? Were you sort of doing it at school, or when did you think I might have a crack at this?
I guess growing up in Wodonga, there is no comedy scene in Wodonga, but but yeah, I did all my mates' 18th and 21st speeches, and yeah, really took pride in doing those, I guess, and yeah, eventually did my MC at my sister's wedding. And after that, a lot of people said, "Oh, you got to give it a go. You got to give it a go." So I did, and yeah, loved it.
Sad part was you were trying to be serious that night.
Yeah.
Tom, you've been in a few. You've just finished the comedy festival for a start.
Yeah.
How was that? Would have been a great experience for you.
Yeah, it was fantastic. Probably, it's hard getting a crowd along to comedy throughout the year, but for that 1 month. Yeah, for 4 weeks, you know, you get good crowds and you're sort of noticed, and everyone appreciates comedy, and it's the done thing to go along and watch some comedy, so it's really good. But yeah, it's all over.
Did you learn a bit from watching other people at the festival?
Yeah, definitely. You try and it's a great opportunity to get along to as many shows as you can. Like I went and saw Greg Fleet, one of my favourite comedians, and see Arj Barker, and you know, all the best from around the world are in Melbourne, so yeah, good opportunity.
How big is the Melbourne Comedy Festival?
Well, there's top 3 in the world: Edinburgh, Montreal, and Melbourne. So, yeah, so it's definitely the top 3. It's massive. It's huge.
Now you'd love to get to the Montreal one for other reasons.
Yeah, I graduated from high school in Canada, in a place called Halifax. I was an exchange student over there, so I've been back a couple of times to catch up with mates, but I'd love to get back there again. Yeah.
Well, Tom, you were also a finalist in the Australia's Funniest Man competition, which is a great honour.
Yeah,
you must have done pretty well to reach that stage.
Yeah, just had to win your heat and another heat, and then you went to the big final, which was down in up in Sydney, which was pretty nerve-wracking, and you just went onto a DVD that came out with the FHM. Most players probably buy that, I'd say.
Well, sorry.
Yeah, what makes it so nerve-wracking? I mean, you got your routines. You have an audience. What's one audience against another audience?
Oh, it's all mental. Yeah, like I'm not sure. Like for that FHM final, I'd told jokes I'd told 100 times before, and I got so nervous, and I'd practiced 100 times, and I told my first joke, and it went all right. Yeah, got laugh, and then just absolutely froze, and stood there for about 40 minutes in front of 40 seconds in front of about 300 people, in absolute silence. So.
But they all thought it was part of the act, so that's all part of the learning process.
Well, that wasn't bad, was it? He ended up runner-up then, from that?
Well, as I say, when I first noticed it was my sons-in-law were all watching this video and laughing away there, and I sort of thought, what were they laughing at? Had a look at it, and Tommy Siegert. Let's have a bit of a look now at Tommy in the Australia's Funniest Man competition.
A couple of months ago, I went for a Sunday drive to visit my nana. But my nana lives a fair way away, so to get there I had to take the highway. Anyway, I was driving along, and as I turned onto the highway, the first thing I noticed was this big red sign that said "Wrong way, go back." And I thought to myself, how the does that sign know where my nana lives? I was on a train the other day, listening in on a couple's conversation about how rude eavesdropping was. I leant over between the two and said, I tend to agree.
So there we go, Tom, in the Australia's Funniest Man competition. And we can't show you all that much more because some of your material's outside Saturday morning guidelines, Tom.
Yeah, probably a bit off for our Saturday mornings. A bit of a rough start to the weekend, but yeah.
So tell me, you would no doubt you would now start to be in demand out there, and you're doing any gigs in the football world, for instance?
Yeah, we've put a group together, myself and 3 other guys. One of them's on that FHM DVD, and we do footy clubs or social clubs, that sort of thing. Just go out and clubs hire us for the night, and we just put on a comedy night, just something different to a 80s night or, trivia night or whatever footy clubs do. And the clubs we've done, they've profited from it, and it's been a great night.
A lot of footy clubs out there watch this show, Tom. If you'd like to give you a contact number there or a contact point, they might be interested in getting you and the guys along for a bit of a laugh.
Yeah.
So, yes, just a contact point.
Just give me a call, I guess, on 04 04 09 1039. That could have been a big mistake.
I'm sure it won't be. I reckon they'll certainly get great value. Now, tell me, Tom, do you ever have a situation where you go out in the ground and your opponents go, "Oh, not him again. No, he cracks me up. He tells me jokes all the time."
Actually, I
can't concentrate.
For the first time last week, we played Hampton, and I got a bit of Make Me Laugh Funny Man. So maybe a few people had seen the DVD or maybe saw the festival show. But I guess it's only going to get worse, I guess.
Or they might say, "Can I please play on him? I want to learn some new jokes."
No.
So in the long term, Tom, is this a career that you really want to pursue? Is this what you'd like to do full time?
Yeah, that's obviously the goal, but just see how we go. Just keep trying to write jokes and see how we go.
So where do you draw your inspirational film material? Do you do a lot of your own stuff, or do you sort of...
it's got to be your own material. Got to be your own material. Yeah, if you start doing other people's jokes, you don't last 2 seconds. Yeah,
No.
It's you just stop getting.
Well, that's
gigs.
a bit of a challenge, isn't it?
Yeah, it is, and because obviously a lot of people think the same, and there's a lot of people think the same, but you've just got to try and have your own ideas, and every now and again you'll see another comic do something similar, and it'll be a bit hard, but.
Do you have any favourite sources of inspiration?
I sort of have a lot of play on words and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So I just don't know.
Do you sit down at night and sort of think?
Yeah,
come up with
definitely.
new
Yeah,
gags?
I'm very scripted, so I'm word for word. I sit down and I'll write it, and if it didn't work, I'll change a couple of words. And so I'm more into the writing. It was probably all I did. All I was any good at high school was the English. Yeah, so that's the part of it I enjoy.
So who's your guinea pig? When you get the new material, who's your guinea pig? Who has to suffer the jokes first?
I'll probably try a few on Tam, my girlfriend, but she laughs at anything, so sometimes she'll think something's hilarious and I'll do it on stage. And
Well, she's obviously got a sense of humour, Tom. She's going out with it.
yeah, true.
I'm sure she's lovely. Well, Tom, thank you very much for joining us on the Southern Footy Show this morning.
No worries, thanks for
We
having me.
wish you the very best of luck with your stand-up career.
Thank you, thanks.
And I'm sure the footy clubs out there will be getting in touch with you in their droves.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And also the best of luck for the Bears, mate.
Yep, thank you. Hopefully
Good
we
on
get
you.
back on top.
A very special guest this morning, Caulfield captain Tom Siegert.
Wow.
I know, that is, mate, the less said about that, the better. So I think on that note, we will wrap up episode 3. So thank you again for watching Bear TV. We're going to be back with the final section, which is Tom Siegert, the comedian.